But this raises a huge question. If the universe is just this pure projection of information, what is it projecting into? What is the actual environment?
You mean the medium?
Right, a projection needs a medium, like light needs the air or a screen to be visible. This takes us into the medium itself. Dr. Gamble calls it the primordial waters, or scientifically Higgs Field 1.0.
This is a crucial concept to grasp. For light or information to travel, it needs a medium. In the Track B narrative, modern physics describes the Higgs field as a sort of thick, invisible molasses that permeates the entire universe.
And that thickness causes drag.
Exactly. Particles move through it, and the resistance they encounter in this molasses is what gives them their heavy mass. It's what makes things solid and weighty.
But remember, tier 0 is pre-density. Entropy is turned off. Gravity as a downward pulling force doesn't exist yet. So the environment couldn't possibly be thick or heavy. Dr. Gamble describes Higgs Field 1.0 not as thick molasses, but as superfluid helium.
To understand how profound this is, we have to look at what a superfluid actually is in physics. A superfluid is a state of matter that has entirely zero viscosity and zero resistance.
Zero friction.
None. If you take a spoon and stir a regular cup of coffee, it eventually stops swirling because of the friction of the liquid against itself in the cup. But if you were to stir a cup of superfluid helium, that vortex would swirl forever. It never loses kinetic energy.
Zero viscosity, infinite flow. That is the environment of tier 0. I want you to imagine an ocean that is so perfectly fluid that it offers absolutely no resistance whatsoever.
It's hard to conceptualize, but try.
If you drop a pebble into this primordial ocean, the ripple doesn't slowly fade away as it expands. The ripple travels from one side of the universe to the absolute farthest edge instantaneously without losing a single microscopic fraction of its kinetic energy.
And this creates a state of instantaneous entanglement across the entire gestalt, which is the entire unified system. Because the primordial waters were perfectly frictionless, information didn't have to travel in the way we think of a car driving down a highway.
Burning fuel to overcome wind resistance and tire friction.
Exactly. To know something in one single drop of this water was to have that knowledge immediately, flawlessly available to the entire infinite ocean. There were no secrets, no lag, no hidden data.
It is the ultimate perfect internet, but without any cables, without any servers, and without any latency. But wait, if this ocean is totally frictionless, what does that mean for the things existing within this superfluid?
That is the big question.
Dr. Gamble explains that objects and even beings in tier 0 had form and geometry. They had a structure. But because there was zero resistance in the Higgs field 1.0, they had absolutely zero heaviness.
This is the mind-bending concept of mass without weight. You had a defined perspective, a distinct shape to your consciousness, but no physical drag.
You weren't fighting gravity?
You weren't carrying the burden of density at all.
I really want you, the listener, to pause and try to imagine what that actually feels like. Think about the physical sensations of your body right now. Think about the weight of your head on your neck.
The pressure of your feet on the floor.
Now imagine shedding the physical weight of your bones, your muscles, the literal gravitational pull of the earth dragging down on your shoulders. Imagine feeling completely unburdened, existing simply as pure light and pure information, effortlessly floating in an infinite frictionless ocean.
It is a feeling of absolute ultimate freedom.
The ultimate freedom.
It is the freedom of pure existence without the tax of entropy. In that state, you aren't expending energy just to stand up to breathe or to exist. Your mere existence is entirely effortless.
And that brings up the next vital question, perhaps the most important one for understanding who you are. If you are floating in this frictionless ocean of data, what exactly are you? If you don't have a physical body, what is your body in this tier 0 state?
The structure of consciousness itself?
Yes. If we don't have these heavy biological meat suits, what is the hardware of our soul? What are the actual blueprints of our consciousness?